But if you are like a cozy game player, you just really be chilled and you just about your peace of mind, and you really ain't trying to let nobody interfere with it. Now, people that don't play video games at all, or really, they really distracted by other stuff, but they have this concept that they've been given that playing video games is bad. But I'm not in that. Now, telling me what game you play and thinking I'm supposed to play that game because you play it, that's bad. Okay? Don't even tell me what game you play. I ain't asked. I got my games. And if your games ain't none of my games, why you telling me what you playing? I didn't say I played that. Mm-mm. Even playing Crossy Roads or Frogger takes a certain kind of precision to be on a pattern. You know what I'm saying? And if you can pick up the pattern, you know what I'm saying, to unlock different things, that lets me know that you have a rhythm that you are moving to, and your frequency is able to be flexible. Because playing a Crossy Road or a Frogger game is very, it's hard if you ain't able to pick up the pattern. Like the dun 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 dun. It might be like six dun dun duns and then one, and then maybe two, and then maybe three. But then it's, if you're not able, video games help you pick up patterns. It's different frequencies, right? And so I like to ask people questions like, "Do you play video games?" That lets me see what they concepts in their mind is. And I have a lot of, I know some people that play games, but I'm a console game player. I play on a tablet. I can play. I've played on computers. I actually prefer playing Crossy Road on a computer. Personally, I play like that. But I like playing games. Yeah, definitely on a computer. Crossy Road on a computer is definitely way better than anything else. Just because it just is, in my opinion, it is great. But you have snobs with video games. You know what I'm saying? And the snobs, oh, I play on computers only. I like consoles because I like the intimacy of the console. I use computers all day for my career path. I don't want to play a video game on a computer. I want to play on the TV with a controller. You know what I'm saying? Or on my tablet. I don't want to. I want to play with a controller. I want to take a break from a mouse, which is, a controller is similar to a mouse, but I don't want to be playing with a mouse all the time. And I know you can hook up a controller to your computer, but I just don't want to be playing in front of a computer screen all the time. I want to play on a TV. It's bigger than the computer screen. It's way bigger. And I have the option to move around and be mobile with it. I don't want to play on my laptop. I don't want to do that. I don't want to play on a desktop. I don't want to do that. I want to play on my handheld. But that's nostalgia for me because I like handheld games. I just like it. But anyway, um, yeah, people be kind of uptight, but I feel like it's because of the discrimination things, and it's like, don't be uptight. Sometimes people want to know about you just because they want to be friendly. We all the same energy, and it's like, hey, this is somebody that's divine energy like me. I wonder, do they play Pokemon? Or do they collect Pokemon cards or Amiibo cards? Or do you play Animal Crossing? It's beautiful to talk to somebody that plays a video game that you play and they don't look nothing like you. They not the same culture as you or any of those things. And that creates a bond that you can share with somebody. But if everybody is just so uptight off of all these crazy things that's going on in the world all the time, it's like, you pay sales taxes, yo. Like, why are you so... Please stop. You pay sales taxes. What are we doing? What are you doing? It's interesting. But I like asking questions. I do. And I've had people ask, like, why you be wanting to know? Not your personal business. That's not what I mean. Sometimes the energy be... This is what I've noticed being empathic. And this is why my my narcissism is protecting my empathic abilities. What I've noticed is that when you enter an area, the energy be off because people have notions or these stereotypes or things that they've been programmed to believe about people of different cultures. The only way that you can neutralize that is to care. Not care about the person's personal life. Care in a sense of, how are you today? I'm good. Okay, cool. Then you ask the Kool-Aid question. Or I remember I was in the office once and I did, the energy was too thick. And so I changed the energy. If you get people thinking about stuff that they like or answering questions that they feel like an expert about, it puts their consciousness in a different frame of thought because now they're talking about things that they feel accomplished about. They not feel impressed. Psychologically, that's what you would want to do. Not asking intrusive questions, but questions that lift the frequency of the space you in. You have to be able to do that. Energetically speaking, you have to. It it allows them to not feel or omit this energy that's just ugh, it's just a gross energy. And so sometimes you have to ask people about things that they enjoy or just casual questions, not nothing intrusive. Casual questions. Do you drink Kool-Aid? I do drink Kool-Aid. What's your favorite flavor? Oh, now they're thinking about something that they like. The dopamine and the serotonin, the oxytocin, because we're people communicating with each other and the endorphin are being released in their body. That's why you ask people questions that are light questions, but questions that you also don't mind talking about. I know my flavors of Kool-Aid. I do. It's berry blast and lemon. Period. Then grape and lemon. And then strawberry, fin, and lemon. Orange and lemon. Pink lemonade and orange. Like it's these my flavors. So I know a green apple by itself. You know what I'm saying? So I grape by itself and with lemon. But you have these flavors that you like, and then like, hey, do you mix your Kool-Aid? Yeah, I mix it with this, this, and this. Hey, have you had Kool-Aid pickles? And now it's just different components going in. With the video games or the Pokemon, if somebody, if it's an adult, if they don't collect Pokemon cards, their child collects Pokemon cards. That gives them a happy feeling because they thinking about their child. They thinking about Pokemon cards. And sometimes, I remember I had some, oh my God, it wasn't even duplicates. It was like quadruples from my stack, not Sonny's stack. Sonny's card to his own. And I said, here, give this to your child. The lady said that she gave the Pokemon cards to her son. It was like maybe 5 Pokemon cards or so. She said she gave them to her child because I had so many of them. That's why I gave them. Because he collect Pokemon cards. I mean, it's Pokemon. Like whatever. You know what I'm saying? She gave them to her child, and she said he was having a rough day at school. She gave him the Pokemon cards. That brightened his day. Do you see what I'm saying? And she said, yeah, my coworker told me to give you these Pokemon cards. And she said, oh, they're so cool. That's what her son said. They're your coworker is so cool. Because he got Pokemon cards. You see what I'm saying? Y'all gotta, kids be having hard days sometimes. And it's not smart to press on them. It's just not. They're learning emotions. But then they around a bunch of other kids that's learning their emotions. And then they about around a bunch of adults that some may have emotional development, but most of them don't. So they're learning all of these different things, and sometimes they just need some space, you know? It's crazy. Don't press on them. But you ask the questions to lighten the tone, lighten the frequency, lighten the energy in the space, to lift it up so it don't be so thick sometimes. Because people literally go to career paths with the agenda to cause mischief because their life is chaotic. They will sit up and conjure and talk about all the horrible things going on in their life. That's the topic of discussion. Or they want to regurgitate something that they saw. That's the topic of discussion. But if you're a person that don't watch a lot of movies or don't watch though, you don't subscribe to these TV series and things or the news or just whatever's going on in different entertainment and industries and stuff like that of entertainment, it's gonna be overwhelming your energy. And you just have to flip the energy around to where it's more conducive to where you can exist without having people project they horrors of life on you. And one way is just to make people think about things that they like. And that's my contribution to the earth when I make people think about what they like versus what they don't like. And sometimes you just got to go through a series of topics. Why? Because I don't give people my topics, right? I have, and I encourage everyone to do this, especially if you're a career pather or education pather. Have general topics that you enjoy, but ain't necessarily your primary focus. It's like a subset of topics that you just share with people in general, that you don't mind sharing with people in general. So you not being, it's not being fake. What it is protecting your core. You're protecting your empathic abilities. You're protecting your subconscious and your higher self from attacks of energy wars because people just be on one sometimes. So you have to be able to laugh at people's jokes. Sometimes stuff be funny. And sometimes you have to create the joke in your head to make it funny to you. I do that all the time because sometimes people just enjoy having conversation and sharing. You can't always be upset because people is sharing stuff about themselves. Sometimes I prefer people to share information about themselves um, because if they're sharing, then that means that they're trying to keep the energy light and not just focused on the difficulties. And sometimes they be sharing to project or change the energy to the non-focus to hide what they're not doing or what they haven't done. Sometimes they do that. But sometimes people share just because they like communicating and being social. You just have to read the tones. Most of the time it's because they like communicating with other people in a lighter sense. And you can tell it because they crack jokes and different things like that. But have topics that you share with people that you don't mind talking about. Hey, do you chew bubblegum? I mean, it's just the randomest topics. Not nothing serious, something light that makes people think about something that they like. That's what you have to do. And you have to be okay with doing that. But if you unemotionally develop, you and your feelings and you thinking that everybody's supposed to care about what you think and you ain't asking nobody what they like because you don't care about what other people like. You only care about your badge. That's cool. That's cool. That work in your house. It don't work socially. It doesn't work in social settings. In social settings, you have to care enough to be kind and not care enough to be calm in social settings. So, if you're not familiar with being in social settings in a sense of everybody around you ain't related to you or everybody around you don't know your family, then you have to have a stance of I am going to care enough to be kind to other people and not care enough to be calm so that my energy ain't moved because I'm over caring and allowing people to overshare and program the cells in my body. Everything that we do is mainly to protect our vessels. What we protect, what we project outwardly is mainly to protect the vessel that we're in. You don't want to think bad thoughts because you're going to code yourself with bad thoughts. Hmm? You don't want to be mean because you're going to code yourself with being mean. That's why you don't do that. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody outside of yourself. It mainly has to do with yourself, who you are inside of yourself. But if you not, hold on. But if you're not interested in that, then it's gonna appear that people are being rude or intrusive because they just trying to find out about you. Sometimes people just want to know who you are. Generally, I've been in situations where people were asking me questions. I was like, oh, why they ask me that? But culturally, people just ask questions to know who people are. It's more so being social, just to be in a communication because they're trying to make a friend. Everybody ain't trying to scheme on everybody. And if you're in a world where you think everybody's trying to scheme on you, you need to turn on your narcissism because your narcissism gonna feel it anyway before you even start. You can tell what questions are intrusive, but if it's just general questions, I wouldn't answer questions about my demographics because that's your HIPAA information, right? Why you wouldn't share that? You wouldn't share your demographics. That's your HIPAA information. Let me say it again. You wouldn't share your address or your phone number or your full name and date of birth, social security number, because that's your HIPAA information. Now, if it's protected under the health law, that means it should be protected under every other kind of industry as well. Why we haven't concluded this already? Now, if it can get a fine for giving out my demographics during health, if you still in my different graphics and somebody else get it because you didn't protect your system and my information got stole, why you not being fined for each piece of information that got stole? If it's under my HIPAA information, it's a fine of up to $250,000. So why these businesses not getting charged $250,000 for each piece of information that got stolen? See, this is why energetically playing these games with these corporations don't make sense. Because demographics is HIPAA across the board. If it's covered as HIPAA under my health information, then why is it covered as demographics that's protected under consumer information? Energetically speaking, this why you don't let people charge you sales tax. This is why. It's because of these kind of things. It's a scam. Now, all of these companies have been getting hit up in your demographics, the same information, your name, your date of birth, your social security number, your address, the same HIPAA information, demographics, your PHI, that are, um, when illegally gained, have fines and jail time. If it's covered under your Health Act, why is it not covered under Consumer Acts? Is there not an act to protect consumers? I think there is. Why aren't these people in jail for not protecting your information? Because they've been stealing the information since 2004 from what I got in the mail. I got something in the mail saying it was back in 2004. For 20 years, people been stealing information. So the question is like, what are we doing? Energetically speaking. Oh, they just want to do a class action and they just get a little fine. No. Under HIPAA, it's $250,000 to the person who got their information stolen. So if your company allowed my information to be stolen because your system, evidently you was doing a little scam and you didn't give the information to the people that you was doing the scam with, and they just took it because that's what be happening, energetically speaking, allegedly, delusionally thinking, You owe me $250,000 for each piece of my information that was stolen. Not know, well, you have to fill out this form and we have to verify that this is this is this. No, you owe me $250,000 for each piece of information that was stolen, whether it was um, used or not. It don't say whether $250,000 if it's used. $250,000 for the information that was released from your system. So my name, first name, last name, middle name, that's 3. Date of birth is 4. Social is 5. Address, street address, 6. State, 7. No, zip code, 8. City, 9. Phone number, 10. So we talking about 10 pieces of information. 11, gender. What else? Huh? Occupation, 12. Height, 13. Weight, 14. So we talking about probably about 20 pieces of information. What does that come up to? $250,000 times 20 is $5 million. Y'all got it. Where my $5 million at? It's about 50 of y'all companies that owe me $5 million. So I will take half of my $25 million in Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and Ethereum, and the rest you can give me in a cashier's check. That's not taxable to me. You need to eat those taxes because you the wrong one. Okay? That's what it is. See, y'all got to stop letting people play games. Your CEOs and your directors and your what do they call board of directors? Y'all don't keep getting to make a lot of money when you stealing people information. My consumer information is the same thing as my HIPAA information. Okay? Those are your demographics. And if it was stolen because your system was whack and it let my information be stolen, each piece of information that was stolen is a fine up to $250,000. We talking about 20 pieces of information. So all of y'all 20 companies, whatever I said, y'all owe me $5 million a piece, tax free to me, totaling $25 million. So therefore, I will accept a portion in Bitcoin, a portion in Ethereum, a portion in Dogecoin. You can even give me a portion in Shiba Inu. And who else? Let me see. Storm X. I'll take a portion in that. And what other coins? Let me see. 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 Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. A portion in Litecoin and a portion in, I'm trying to think what else. That's it for now. And then the rest can come in the form, or you can put a portion in an IRA and a portion of 529, and then the rest I'll take in a cashier's check, all of which is taxable to you. Okay? That's how we gonna fix this situation. Cause these class actions and, oh, you can pay for identity protection. Listen, numbskulls, I already have that. I already have that. So you don't get to tell me, oh, we're gonna give you this identity protection. Read the room. Read the room. You need to pay the money. So y'all don't get to be using my information and selling it to people, because that's what's been happening. Y'all been selling our information, getting money off of it, and then when you wasn't giving the information up, people just said, hey, I'm not paying them no more for this information. I'm just going to take it. And they took it from your site, and now you have to pay the money. I don't have to prove to you that XYZ happened. The infraction was the fact that my information got stole from your website. And it don't need to be no class action, and you don't need to take your funky self to the government and be asking for a bailout or just paying them a fine. The fine don't go to them. The fine comes to me. And the government, if you got the fine and you sent the money over to somebody else because it's your ally, y'all need to get that money back. We gonna stop playing these games. And all of y'all that's in on this discrimination stuff, and you marching and protesting and in your head with these parasites, you blocking the money flow. Okay? You blocking it. But you ain't gonna keep blocking it. Energetically, you're gonna be stardust, or you're literally going to combust your mind with these parasites because it just ain't got a place in your vessel. Okay? The energy on earth done already changed. So you just got to get on board with it. Literally, I'm telling you, sales tax is like 69 years old, 55 years old in some places, and in some states in America, they don't even have sales taxes. People's incomes used to did not be taxed. It was not taxed. It's all these people that wanted to have all these wars and build the military that changed it to where now the income is being taxed. Huh? Because they want to make friends and have wars. But that's not a